How's it going, people? Welcome back to my channel. Another rumour roundup for you guys. There's been a few news stories in the last couple of days, a few rumours in the last couple of days to go over. So I thought, why not bring you guys a video this Saturday afternoon? It's actually a lovely day in London. Well, it looks it. It might rain soon, but it looks it. And yeah, if you haven't already, go to my Instagram, Turkish LDN. Make sure you follow that. That's my main social media platform, Turkish LDN on Twitter as well. I still haven't got my head around Twitter. I tend to use it in spurts, and what I'm going to do is try to concentrate next season on making sure I get the best use out of my Twitter as possible. Just giving my opinions on there daily. And obviously you guys on YouTube as well. Love for all the subscribers so far. It's coming up to 15k real fast. Like I said, love, but let's get into it. Obviously, probably the biggest news story or rumour coming out today or over the last couple of days is that Ajax want 30 mil for Hakim Ziyech. Someone that loves good football, watched Arsenal growing up. Apparently Ozil was his idol, or he said it himself in one some football segment he did with Justin Kluivert. And 30 million is very reasonable. I thought he had a 25 million release clause, but I guess that's my fault for listening to some of these people online and these Twitter people that talk a hell of a lot of shit. So that's probably my fault. But if not a release clause, 30 million is a very reasonable price for a man that's going into the prime of his career. He's 26, turning 27, coming off an amazing season. I think he got 20-something goals and about 18 assists in all competitions. That's the productivity we need from one of our attacking midfielders, and we're not getting it at the moment from any of them. So bringing him in would be great news, but do I have faith in it? No, I don't. I feel like the news of him supporting Arsenal came out nearly, well, a month ago now, and we haven't moved. At the end of the day, if it's someone that we want, if it's an area that we're looking to improve on and invest in, then we would have got it done. Like, there's no better target out there than someone like him, who's going into his prime, like I said, who's had a great season and who's come out and said he supports Arsenal. Like, those sorts of players are few and far between now, and they're going to get even thinner as time goes on, the way Arsenal's going. But he supports Arsenal in the Premier League, so why not go in for him and just sort it out? He'll add productivity, he'll add flair, he'll add directness to our attacking midfield options. And you know what? His idols, Ozil, they'll probably work well together. Like, another story coming out, it's leading me onto it quite well. That, well, we're publicly making an effort to sell any player entering the last 2 years of their contract. That goes for a lot of players at Arsenal Football Club, Lacazette, Aubameyang, Ozil, most players, if I'm honest, but those are the ones that stand out. And it looks like we are offering Lacazette a new contract. It looks like we're negotiating with Aubameyang as well, but with Ozil, it just seems like we are stuck in a bit of a pickle in terms of no one really wants him. It's impossible to get rid of the wages. That's the main thing for any other club. It's impossible for the wages to be comprehended at any other club that he's been linked with. Now, I know China, you'd say, yeah, they'd pay him, but with China, it's a completely different element involved. There's the whole moving your family over and the lifestyle change. And yes, it could work for a year or two, but someone like Ozil, who's made a hell of a lot of money already and who's already on such a massive scale as a brand, I don't feel like he needs to make a China move. So that's why it seems like he's not interested in China or Turkey. I know my club, Fenerbahce in Turkey, we're going through problems. We ain't got money. Similar to Arsenal, really. We're fucked over there as well. But that's the club that Ozil said he wants to retire at. This was a good 3, 4, 5 years ago he said it. But it doesn't seem like that's likely right now at all. Maybe in a few years, hopefully in a few years. Obviously his contract runs out in a couple, but that's the upsetting news, that none of the players that I want gone or that need to go and improve on are being linked to moves away. And although Ozil was always gonna be difficult, Mustafi and Mkhitaryan should be a lot easier. Should be a lot easier. I know people are gonna say their wages are high as well. Who wants them? Listen, just take the L. Take the L and keep going. At the end of the day, there's no point. Look, we've got a money issue at Arsenal, so there's no point in just keeping deadwood. That's not really gonna do us any good next season, just because no one else wants them. We might as well cut the ties and save that money over the year, so that next summer at least we could be in a much better position, instead of paying these guys whatever we're paying them and essentially ending up in a similar position to what we would have if we let them go, and maybe promoted a couple youth players if we haven't got the money to replace them this summer. That's my thing with people telling me that it's going to be hard to shift them. It won't be hard to shift them if you just take the L. Like, who did we set a 10.6 million price tag for recently? I forgot who it was, but it's a bit of a joke. 10.6 million, who was it? Koscielny to Dortmund. Well, that's a rumour as well. Like, if that rumour is true, are we mad to ask for 10.6 million for a 33-year-old Koscielny who can't play 2 games a week? We're trying it. And what a time to start trying it after we've been bumped how many times over the past 10 years for players that are far better than Koscielny. Now we're trying to get 10.6 million for him. Like, if Dortmund want him, which I don't believe that rumour is true, but if Dortmund or any team want him, then let him go. Because that's someone else that he's fallen off over the years. Yes, he is not... I don't look at him like a Mustafi or a Mickey, because he has done some good at Arsenal Football Club. But at the end of the day, we need to move these players on. He's on 100k a week. He's on 100k a week. He's not worth it. Do you get me? He's not worth it. He earned it over the years, but right now, as a 33-year-old who can't play 2 games a week, he's not worth it. So just take the L and move on. Yes, people are going to say, oh, but we're not going to get nothing. But listen, we saved the wages. So at least if we can save wages over the next season, there is no talk next season or next transfer windows about wages are going to stop us buying players, or this is going to stop us buying players. There won't be none of that. If we keep hold of these players and continue paying them, then it's going to be the same old shit. Our wage bill is still going to be fucked. There's no inroads going to be made. Back to the contracts. Obviously, Laka, man, would like to keep him. He's one of the main people I'd definitely give a long-term contract to in terms of 4 or 5 years. Aubameyang, I'd ideally like to keep him as well. I know I've made a video when the rumours of China came in at 18 mil, but if them rumours were true, I would have taken it as well. You've got to be smart at the end of the day. It's not always about your affinity to the player, your affection for the player, or your love for the player. Sometimes you've got to look at the overall picture and know what's best for the club. And I believe that if a big offer came in for an Aubameyang, we should sell, like Ozil, but Ozil doesn't command that value anymore in terms of big offers. No one really wants him. Yet we all cry out like he's amazing. Better than Zidane. Yeah, fucking right, man. So Ozil will be at Arsenal next season. So we'll see if he bucks up his ideas, or if I'm going to be labelled negative and a fake Turk again for getting onto him. But it is what it is. I don't give a fuck. Torreira now. Torreira, a couple of days ago, comes out unhappy with life in England. Especially noting the language barrier. Says it's hard for him to just do daily activities and on the pitch with his teammates, which is understandable. But my thing is, learn the fucking language. It's easy to say, yeah, but bro, you're being paid peas. You're being paid nicely for a 22-year-old man. Learn the language. Like, that's my thing with it. All these players that come and say it's hard to adapt and whatever, you can't give it a year. You need to try and learn the language, and we'll see. We'll see. Sometimes you can't adapt, and I get that, because London, especially weather-wise, which you mentioned, is a dire place. This past week, it's spring, summer right now, and it's been raining every day. Raining and cold most days as well. It's not even just like raining. So I understand that. I understand it's not what he's used to. South America growing up, Italy, definitely better weather than London. But at the end of the day, it's far too early for him to be coming out with such comments. Those comments have obviously opened the rumour door to, I don't know, AC Milan now. Obviously, what's his name? Marco Giampaolo, the ex-Sampdoria boss, looks like he's imminently taking over there. And similar to the links with Anderson and the other Sampdoria guy, Prayat. Similar to them links that he wants to take them. Now all of a sudden it looks like he wants Torreira back, and I don't believe it. Honestly, AC Milan ain't that team to be able to prize an asset away from us, especially right now after a solid year. But as a fan, I'd be worried about what Torreira said. It's something to monitor over next season. Hopefully his performances continue to improve and he adapts a bit more and you see it on the pitch. But on the other hand, if you start seeing inconsistent performances, morale down, then an exit will be imminent. There will be a short stay at the Emirates for Torreira. One thing about what he said is he ended it with a quote. I'll quote him: "As the years pass, I'm going to be adapting." That's one thing that says to me he's ready for the challenge. So as much as I said learn the language, he has ended it positively in my opinion. He's been honest in his interview, and honesty is the best policy. That's how I see it. So be honest, cool. You're not happy with life in England. It's hard to adapt to the language. It's hard to adapt to the weather. But at least you've stated that you will be adapting in the next few years. And hopefully it goes to plan, because Torreira could be a very valuable asset for us moving forward. Whether that's in the first 11 or whether that's potential sell-on value to rebuild and restructure the playing squad. That's how I see it, one or the other for Torreira. But now this whole adaptation comes in. It just reminds me of Football Manager. You know how difficult it was when players wanted to, well, I haven't played it in years, but how difficult it was when players wanted to leave because they found it hard to adapt. It used to piss me off. Like, how much are we paying you and you're finding it hard to adapt? Bro, you pay me 100k. Like, I'll live wherever you need me to live and adapt to whatever you need me to adapt to until I make my peace, and then I can kind of earn the right to move or pick my role or pick my destination and whatnot. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what you lot think about these rumours. Ziyech, obviously, that's the main one for me. Definitely take him. I want him. Like, it's not even I'll take him. That's one player I wanted moving into the summer. Do you get me? What about Ozil? Do you think he's going to step it up this season or not? Even on Sky Sports, if you go check the app out, go check the website, they got a little thing on Ozil's probably going to outstay Emery. And I believe that as well. But it's very difficult to move Ozil on. And I think Emery has got another season to really show himself. I won't say prove himself. I mean, I say show himself in terms of moving the club forward, playing-wise, structurally, defensively, identity-wise. So Ozil will probably outlast Emery, but go over, check that article out. Remember to follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter, leave the comments below, retweet, share, subscribe. Let me know what content you want to see. Let me know what segments you want to see. But keep up all the good work so far, man. I can't lie to you guys. This is the only reason I'm bringing you videos, because the subscribers keep going up. Well, the people there already, it's just mad. It's just mad. Love for it all, and I'll probably bring something out in the next couple of days. We'll see how it goes for all Arsenal news.